Your discipline builds your future. Welcome to Clartify.
If you're listening to this, it means something inside you is tired. Tired of pretending. Tired of surviving. Tired of living a life that doesn't feel like yours anymore. And maybe, just maybe, you reached a point where you're not scared of changing. You're scared of staying the same. Tonight, this is for you. Because somewhere inside you, there's a version of yourself you abandoned. A stronger version. A braver version. A version that believed in things before life broke your hope. That version is not dead. It's waiting. It's been waiting for years. And tonight, you are going to meet them again. This is the story of a man named Adam, but the truth is, it's also the story of every person who has ever looked in a mirror and whispered, "I don't know who I am anymore." It started on a cold December night. The world was quiet, but his mind was screaming. He felt empty, numb, disconnected. He scrolled through his phone for hours, hoping to escape himself. But the more he scrolled, the more he felt like his life was slipping away. And then, without planning it, without thinking, he whispered words that shattered him from the inside. "I don't respect who I've become." That sentence didn't break him. It exposed him. Because when you lose respect for yourself, you don't lose your life. You lose your direction, your hunger, your identity, your fire, your ability to choose yourself. He stood up, opened an old box of memories, and found a notebook he wrote when he was 16. On the first page it said, "Future me, if you ever lose yourself, please come back to who you were meant to be." His hands shook. His eyes filled. Because the 16-year-old version of him had more courage than the adult version staring at those words. He left his apartment at 2 a.m. and started walking. No destination. Just pain guiding him. The streets were empty. The air was cold. The silence was loud. He felt like he was walking through his own past, every step a reminder of everything he ran from. Somewhere between those steps, something inside him woke up. A voice that had been silent for years. A voice that said, "Enough, enough running, enough hiding, enough lying to yourself, enough postponing your own life." At 2:53 a.m., he sat on a bench and made 3 decisions. Decisions that would change who he was, who he is, and who he will become. The first decision, clean the mind. He deleted every app that drained him. He wrote every fear, every guilt, every unfinished task. He cleaned the mental noise that drowned his potential for years. And for the first time, he could breathe. The second decision, rebuild identity. He realized you cannot live a new life with the identity of an old version of yourself. He wrote a new identity. "I am the kind of man who finishes what he starts. Not a wish, not a dream, a choice." The third decision, build systems, not motivation. Motivation fades. Systems survive. So he created the 1% system, 60 minutes of deep work, 20 minutes of movement, 10 minutes of reflection. Simple, but powerful enough to rebuild a destiny. The first days were painful. Not because the habits were hard, but because facing himself was harder. He realized how much of his life he lived asleep, how many dreams he abandoned, how many promises he broke, how much of himself he sacrificed for comfort. But something else happened too. He began feeling alive again. The noise faded. The fog lifted. The anxiety loosened. He didn't become perfect. He became honest. On day 18, he relapsed. He wasted the whole day. He felt guilty. He felt weak. But this time, he didn't give up. He said, "I slipped, but I'm still becoming." And he continued. By day 30, something changed inside him. His mind was no longer pulling him backward. His habits felt natural. His identity felt real. He wasn't trying to transform anymore. He was transformed. He returned to the same bench, the same streetlight, the same cold night. But he wasn't the same man. He looked up and whispered, "This is not the end. This is the beginning of who I truly am." And tonight, this story becomes yours. Because you're not here to be entertained. You're here because your soul is tired. You're here because you've been carrying too much for too long. You're here because something inside you knows that 2026 cannot be another year of wasted potential. So listen carefully. You must clean your mind. Silence the noise. Stop giving your life to distractions that don't deserve you. You must rebuild your identity. Choose the version of yourself you will become in 2026. Not based on your past, based on your highest self. You must build systems. Simple, consistent, unnegotiable. Not because motivation fuels you, but because discipline protects you. And above all, you must learn to respect yourself again. Because self-respect is the origin of every transformation. Self-respect is where confidence is born. Self-respect is where focus returns. Self-respect is where discipline starts. Self-respect is where your new life begins. Imagine yourself at the end of 2026, standing in front of a mirror, looking at a version of yourself that feels powerful, aware, driven, alive, disciplined, reborn. That version is not a dream. It's a decision. And tonight, you will make that decision. Because the life you want will not be built by accident. It will be built by identity, discipline, clarity, and action. And the strongest version of you is begging to come back. This is your moment, your night, your transformation, your rebirth, your return. 2026 will not change you. You will change 2026. And tonight, your new life begins. Welcome to the rise of your identity. Welcome to your rebirth. Welcome to Clartify.
Thank you for watching. If you're ready to upgrade your mind and build unshakable discipline, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. More powerful lessons are coming. Stay disciplined. Stay Clarify.